What is the dumbest joke that you tell when you want to make people groan by how bad it is? Why are there fences around the graveyard? Everyone's dying to get in. Bear walks into a bar and sits down. Bartender asks him if he wants a drink. Bear says, "I'll have a beer." Bartender says, "Sure. But what's with the big paws?" Quote, Bear looks down at his paws, turning them over and over, and says, "I don't know. I've always had them." A blind man walks into a bar. And a chair. And a table. What do you call a medieval spy? Surveillance. From my 12-year-old self. What can't a baby chick speak chicken? Because it's not allowed to use foul language. What is red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Two muffins were baking in an oven. One turns to the other and says, "Holy shit. It's hot in here." The other muffin replies, "Holy shit." A talking muffin. Quote, I have a yearly New Year's tradition that makes my kids and wife groan and tell me to stop. After the ball drops, I'll declare that I'm very tired. After all, I haven't slept all year. Then, I'll note how hungry I am since I haven't eaten all year. I keep repeating the same dumb joke with different things until everyone is sick of it. Then, I make one more joke. How do hillbillies celebrate Halloween? They pumpkin. What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. No idea. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Still no idea. What did 0 say to 8? Nice belt. Why did the pony ask for water right before his big speech? He was a little hoarse. I tried to catch fog. Missed. The people I Dubai don't really like the Flintstones. But the people in Abu Dhabi do. Have you heard of Murphy's Law? Quote, yeah. What is it? Quote, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Right. Have you heard of Cole's Law? Quote, no. What is it? Quote, thinly sliced cabbage. Where does the general keep his armies? In his sleeveys. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeves? Christopher Walken. Q. What do you call a three-legged donkey? A wonky. I've got a great knock-knock joke, but you have to start it. I had a wooden whistle and it wouldn't whistle. Then I got a steel whistle and I steel couldn't whistle. Then I got a tin whistle and now I tin whistle. I love kids, but I couldn't eat a whole one. What happened when the aliens from Omega-3 attacked Earth? Not much. The damage was super fish oil. A three-legged dog walks into a saloon and says to the bartender, I'm looking for the man who shot my paw. Hey kids. Wanna hear a dirty joke? Kids, yeah. Exclamation mark. Greater than. Two white horses fell in the mud. Less than. Knock knock. Who's there? Who? Werewolves of London. What's Mario's favorite fabric? Denim denim denim. A grasshopper walks into a bar and the bartender says, you know we have a drink named after you. The grasshopper says, you got a drunk named Steve. Quote, I'd tell you my favorite dead baby joke, but I always botch the delivery. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on it. How do you catch a tame rabbit? Tame way. A man walked into a bar. Ouch. A skeleton walks into a bar and says, give me a beer and a mop. More of a riddle, pun but. Q. What's brown and sticky? A stick. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Warning. This one is long. Read at your own risk. It is my absolute favorite joke ever and I love how long it takes to get to the groan LMAO. The clown joke. https. medium.com/@ln_ib/the-clown-joke-765FD01E404. How is a duck like a bicycle? They both have handlebars. Except for the duck. Credit goes to 6-year-old me. Knock knock, who's there? Who. A horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, why the long face? What do you call a guy with a rubber toe?" Roberto. I went to the zoo the other day but I only saw one dog, it was a Shih Tzu. What's Mozart's favorite fruit? A banana. This is truly turning into an epic shit joke thread. One rainy, windy night, not unlike tonight, a man was walking home alone, down a dark, deserted street that ran right by the local cemetery. As he passed the gates, he heard a bump in the darkness behind him. Not daring to look back, he quickened his pace. But the bumping noise continued behind him. He stopped and turned to see what it was. Coming down the road behind him, out of the gloom, was a coffin, standing on end, bumping from side to side. Bump, bump, bump. The man, terrified for his life, turned and ran into the driving rain. Behind him, the coffin came faster. Bump, bump, bump. Ahead of him, there was a branch that had fallen from a tree. He reached down and grabbed it as he ran by. Still running, he turned and threw it over his shoulder at the coffin, but it just splintered when it hit the coffin and the coffin continued coming faster. Bumpity. 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 The man turned the corner onto his street and ran through his front gate. The coffin right behind him. The man dashed in his house. But the coffin crashed through the front door. The man ran upstairs and grabbed his shotgun off the wall display. He blasted the coffin with both barrels. But the shot bounced harmlessly off the coffin as it continued up the stairs. Bump. Clomp. Bump. Clomp. The man, desperate and scared to death, jumped into the bathroom and locked the door, knowing it would do no good. The coffin banged against the door. Once, twice, and on the third time, the door exploded and the coffin came forward. In desperation, the man reached out his hand and grabbed whatever he could. He threw toothpaste and soap. He threw toilet cleaner and mouthwash. He picked up a bottle of cough syrup and threw it and the coffin stopped.